Everybody, welcome to 2017 X Games. I'm here with Jason from the Theragun, or how do you actually explain it? I'm like
Theragun.
Theragun, all right.
Yeah.
See, I don't want to mess it up. I like to use Theragun.
Yeah.
Believe in the product, hands down. But we just wanted to bring him on. We're here at the games, check out a couple things in the vendor village. He had an awesome product, and I actually used it, and it actually worked instantly. So I'm going to shut up for a minute. I'm going to let you explain the product. I'm going to let you explain what you do here at the games,
Okay.
some people you maybe sponsor, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we'll maybe talk about this rig behind us here, once again in Madison, Wisconsin, 2017 Reebok CrossFit Games. Why don't you go ahead? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then talk about a little bit about the product.
Okay, my name is Dr. Jason. I'm a chiropractor from Los Angeles. 9 years ago, I had a terrible motorcycle accident that led me into finding something that was not out there, basically. So this here is it's what we call our G2 Pro. It's our latest and greatest product. It's my 7th version of this. So back in 2007, it was a motorcycle accident. I walked into my practice and I realized that I didn't have what equipment patients needed, and I was suddenly now a patient because of the injury that I'd had. And I started looking for something that was stronger, more powerful, that was battery operated, that could do the things that I need to do.
Yep.
And the rest is really kind of history without getting too long into it.
Yeah, the video that you have looks pretty cool, and that's why I was watching. It blew me away, kind of like you were saying about you didn't have the product, is seeing that if you don't have it, go make it. That's the part that actually I liked about the video, is the fact that you saw it wasn't there, no one has it, then I'm gonna go make it.
Yeah, and
so go ahead.
And the idea at that time wasn't that I was selling these. I didn't have this plan, this master plan to like sell them to everyone. But it slowly took on a life. It was my patients, and then I worked with professional athletes, so then it became working with them, and it's so incestuous with them. They share. If anything works, they'll talk about it.
It's cult-like.
Yeah, right, that's a great way to say it. So it took off, and about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we released what we called our G1.
Okay.
And this year we just launched this one. We've been working on this for 2 years. This is really has everything in there we wanted to have in a product. I want to talk a little bit about what it is. I think people misunderstand. They see this and they think, oh my gosh, that's a really cool massage product. This is vibration therapy. So there's a fixed frequency and a fixed amplitude, and it works on your nervous system. It's not really a muscle thing. It speaks a frequency to your nervous system. So it will actually override pain. It stimulates different nerve fibers to your brain. So it's amazing for feeling better. You felt it.
Yep.
The athletes that we treat love it. We work with China Cho. She uses it before, during, and after events. I mean, there's some really cool science to why she uses it during those times. But it's not like a massage. It's more of to prepare. She kind of activates your nervous system, gets things flowing, shuts off.
I never thought about activating it opposed to just, I'm thinking all the recovery. Now you're actually saying ahead of time. It's almost like a preload.
Yeah, the stretch you get when you feel like you're tight.
Yes,
that's a Golgi tendon response. It's called your GTR in your body.
Okay.
And it's a protective mechanism. It's so you don't hurt yourself.
Overextensive.
Right. Yep. But if you're an athlete, you do this every day. You know your range of motion. So it'd be nice to turn that off.
Yes.
This kind of turns that off. So now you have a fuller range of motion
all
sooner.
the time. Yeah.
That's a prepare, and it literally takes 3 to 5 minutes. It's short, quick, super simple. The perform part, it actually brings glycogen to the muscle that's being used. So if China's doing rows, she'll do her lats, her arms, and now she's got the fuel. That's glycogen that gives your muscles what it needs to be able to act and do what she's doing. Then the post is easy. Like everyone knows recovery.
Yeah.
And this basically in the post recovery part, I tell them it turns off your nervous system. If your nervous system is calmed down, then you don't have an inflammatory response, and you're calm. Your body can rest.
Relaxed.
Yes. So you get prepare, perform, recover. That's how we kind of roll.
Prepare, perform, recover. Remember that, everybody.
And this again is I'm so excited about this. It's lightweight, it's battery operated. We sell them in a package. This is just the different attachments that come on the end of it.
Here,
they're super easy. Yeah. So we've got the one that's on there now. That's just a standard product. It's you know, round, simple, easy. And we have a large ball, and we basically say this is for larger muscle groups because it's vibration therapy. It's just a larger surface area. And you want to put this on the body and let it float. You're not coming at it, you're not jabbing it. It's not about pressure. It's about just letting it float on your body for vibration. So this is a larger surface area. This is a much smaller surface area. People think this hurts, and I used it on you. It doesn't. It feels great. It's really just a smaller surface area. And then this one is our latest and greatest. And this is for when you're super sore, a lot of lactic acid buildup. It's a lot softer. You can see
like
that.
It's like some give to it.
Yeah, and it's great in your bones.
Yeah.
So guys use it on their
across their
bones.
bones. Yeah. It wouldn't hurt as bad just because it's bone.
Yeah, and we have some people that were walking around today, for example, that had kids. Immediately I pop the one I have and put this on because they don't have a lot of tissue. And I know I'm going to get right on the bone, and I'd rather not. I'd rather have a pleasant experience, so we use this one. So we call this the dampener. We call this the cone. Obviously, this is the large ball, and then we have the small ball. We call them AMP bits, which is amplitude, blood, increase technique. It's kind of an acronym.
Okay.
Yeah, so we came up with our own little way. We didn't want to call them bits.
Yep.
Figured we'd come
Above
up
say
with
drill bits.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what it is. I don't think this is just for athletes.
No.
I think people that
today
sit at a computer. There's a lot of people in here that don't do CrossFit, and we would put this on them, and they were.
I was just getting ready to say.
Yeah.
Today, obviously, I've been watching you. I've been watching you this whole weekend. One thing that actually caught me off guard again was how many other people that weren't athletes that were coming up, and in some of the places they were asking you to put it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like those are places that the everyday person just has stress in their body, sitting at a desk. Lactic acid, we all know, builds up in different areas depending on where you're holding your tension. Yeah, all that stuff. And that's why when I was watching you work out other people, I was like, no, this isn't a product just for the gym. This is a product for anybody. Yeah. Anybody that wants either, like, I didn't know about the stimulation in the beginning, but the recovery. Now that you're saying in the beginning, it makes so much more sense to me. And the stretching part, I'm a firm believer, because every time, how many times you go out, hit the bench, trying to warm up, get your muscles loose, and you almost say to yourself, I'm still not loose, I don't want to go heavy yet. I don't want to go heavy yet. I got to somehow stretch it, pull my arm, let's get some more blood flow. And like you're saying, it's almost like this is like, almost like the reverse of getting the lactic acid out of you.
Yeah, it pushes it out.
It's pushing it in and getting the
blood flow.
So I'm impressed. Like I said, I want 2, 3, 40s.
we have a lot of instructional videos on our website, Theragun.com. You can see it on our app.
Yes.
And we have new products coming out, so we'll have some new things. We're an innovative company. I've worked on this for 8, 9 years, so I'm always looking for something new and something better, something that people can use. I've used this on horses, and they love it. I've used this on people with MS. It actually turns off the spasticity, and they get their quality of life back for 10 minutes to 30 minutes to sometimes hours, which to them is so valuable.
Oh my God.
We've also seen really positive effects from phantom pain. People that have actually had lost a limb, whether it's with the military or private, phantom pain is a real thing, and they experience that, and this has actually had some positive effects with that. So there's a lot of really cool places this goes. Certain kids that have burn victims, that have pain in certain areas.
Things like that.
There's a lot of things like that. So like implants, the scar tissue that comes after that, it frees up the nervous system. I think the message I would want people to know about this is it's not a massager. It's more speaking the language of the nervous system, and that's what we need. Yep. We need to clean that nervous system out. And that feeling you have when you're like, I'm not warm yet, that's your nervous system feeding back to your brain saying, don't go at it yet. We could injure ourselves. Yep. But if you get something in there to loosen the nerve fibers, increase the blood flow, turn off those stretch responders, and allow you to do what you want to do, man, you're doing it so much sooner. And we work with big-time athletes that have
I saw your video, and we're going to be playing that video, some part of this show, to let you guys see a couple things I saw in the video, besides the athletes and some of the stuff, but the passion that you have. In the video shows a lot of passion. Another reason why I'm happy as hell to have you interviewing you, because I like meeting people with passion like I have for what I do, and you have the passion. And honestly, the video, you guys are going to be blown away. Once again, what's the website?
Theragun.com.
Make sure you guys check out that website, check out the video, and if not, we're going to be playing the video on the show. We're going to be bringing Dr. JC back on for a longer episode, but just for this CrossFit video, or I should say CrossFit segment that we're here live, I wanted to talk to him a little bit, let you guys know what he's about, and also let him finish working out my shoulder. So right now, I'm going to let him finish working out my shoulder, and I'm going to let you actually have him explain what he was doing to my shoulder. I had pulled something in my shoulder, and my thumb actually went numb. It's been numb for the last 2 weeks, and I didn't know what it was. I've been trying everything that I know of, foam rollers, things like that. I even went as far as even trying to take a muscle relaxer to see if that would just let it, like you said, just to relax and let it do its thing. It didn't work. I came here to the show, talking to two people down two booths away from him. I see it. I say to my buddy, I'm going to walk over. I'm going to find out if this product's real because I got the worst pain. I can't sleep. 2 days later, I'm sleeping like a baby. And I only have a little bit of pain left in my thumb, which is remarkable. So I want you to explain what you did to me.
Okay. So specifically to you, he was experiencing numbness down in his finger. And when you have that type of numbness, he was explaining it's not blood flow, it's nerve. And some of the issues he was talking about, I kind of knew from experience that that's probably what it was. So to me, I kind of go through my checklist. One of the things was your first rib, and we talked about that initially. So I thought, you know what, rather than attacking it all at the same time, let's just do one thing at a time. So I put a little vibration on your shoulder, went down into your arm. A lot of times when people have the pain you're having, it usually starts here. Right, and I explain this to people all the time. So right in here is where your rotator muscles attach and insert, and it helps you throw balls and do certain movements. What happens is they get super tight. So I'll grab his shirt and pull his shirt. You see what happens up here by his trap? It pulls that down. Well, when I'm doing that, his trap has to compensate and pull back. So if this thing's firing all day long to compensate for this, you're going to feel the pain here because it's being stretched. Our body has stretch receptors. It doesn't have shrink receptors. So these have shrunk, they're tight, and this is strong, this is pulled. So not only was your rib out, but his trap was being pulled, so it was all manifesting, and guess what? All the nerves to your thumb go right through that channel. So if it's tension and tight, then you're going to start to choke that nerve off. It takes the weight of a dime to shut a nerve down 60%. That's nothing. That's just resting a dime on something. So you can imagine the tension that was in there. Now you know why it was zapping your thumb.
Yeah.
So what we did initially is we loosened up his rotators, really got that loose. I zapped his tricep for a little bit. I think you went for one day and then you came back.
He told me to come back.
Yes. So he went, we checked him out. He gave me some little more feedback on what his thumb was doing. I did some palpation in his upper thoracic area and his upper neck or his lower neck, and I found that his rib was out. And that's an adjustment we did real quick. Set the rib again, and now suddenly his body, his function where everything's running through, now his structure is right, and now we can start working more on the muscles. And it's gonna, I tell people, how long do you say it's been like this? 2 weeks? 2 weeks, yeah. Well, I say, to be realistic, it's gonna take 2 weeks to get out of that hole.
Of course.
You just dug a hole, it's 2 weeks.
You bet. Don't expect it to be over.
Yeah, it's not gonna be, I joke and say I'm not Jesus.
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
So that's what we did with him, and it's ironic because in CrossFit, there's a lot of people that have that issue.
Yeah.
They're what we call a rear delt, your rotators in the backside start to make a problem in your traps. You're manifesting pain in your traps. People work, but they don't address the real issue. So that's kind of what happened.
So I'm gonna actually let you just turn the machine on, show its power, because I can tell you one thing. When he put it on, I was like, oh, that machine can't be that powerful. It's small, it's handheld. There's no way that this thing can be powerful. When I couldn't see when he had it going, I completely retracted my statement, and I'm telling you folks right now, this thing is powerful. As small as it looks, look out because it's powerful. It worked. And why don't you? I know that before you had
you want to turn this way.
You tell me. What am I
right there? So rest your arm on my shoulder there. And the reason I'm doing this is I want this to be exposed, but I also want it to not be tight. So if he's holding it up himself without resting on something, I'm going to get some tension there. So I'm just going to start here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back and forth on this. I'm not pushing on him. I want you to notice that. I'm not driving this in. I'm just running this back and forth. It's a surface thing. I'm vibrating the tissue. So now I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. And then we do an activation. So I'm going to have you push into me a little bit. Push me down, there. We push and release on the left. We'll come back up in when it's light, nice and loose. Good. Yeah. We've got some video. Oh, good. And then sometimes I'll actually use 2 guns. So I've got one on top and one on the bottom. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And what I like to do is, and there's a little bit more therapy that we would do in here, but what I like to do also, and you remember I said this, get up and move around.
Yep.
It's really important that we move after it's been affected, because it teaches your nervous system, there's no garbage in the way, so it kind of teaches your nervous system, oh, that's where it's supposed to be. So that's kind of the process.
Yes. Can't say enough for having Dr. Jason on. Like I said, he's flying out to China because he's a baller like that. He's got to go sell his product down there too, but we're going to actually have him back on for a full show because he definitely deserves it. Grassroots products, you guys all know that I'm a firm believer of that. I don't talk about anything that I don't either try or believe in, so this is something I believe in. So once again, I'm going to plug it again, your website, you got a Twitter, Facebook, I want everybody, tell them all, run it down.
Yeah, so Instagram is at Theragun, Theragun. Our Twitter is Theragun with an underscore at the back, I think.
That's right.
We have both of them.
We'll be posting
Theragun
it on our site.
and an underscore. We have a Facebook page, and our website is where we have all our stuff housed. We also have a YouTube channel. There's some crazy old videos on there for me when I was
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. You'll like them. So that's where we're at.
Theragun.com.
We have a lot of really cool stuff on Instagram, just like everyone else. But China Cho, Chris Hensworth, Julie Foucher, we work with those 3 people specifically in CrossFit. I have to mention their names. They're all 3 amazing people. I know people in CrossFit know that, but they really, we've been blessed to be able to meet
China
them.
just won the event, or she's won a single event about an hour ago, so give it up to China.
China.
She took a single event. Holla.
So I have to mention that. They've been amazing. Chris is an amazing person. I'm blessed to have them in our life and on our team. So I can't say enough about them. It's really cool. Yeah. And thank you for having me.
No,
awesome.
thank you for bringing me back to life. All right, you guys, this is Chuck on the scene at Reebok, the Reebok CrossFit Games 2017 Madison. Peace!